Okay, yes, sir. Welcome back to Dimers TV. And for today, we have our co host, Mr. Jonas de Guzman.
Let's go.
Okay,
Hello.
yeah, so it's been a while. so
It's
we
been
will
a
be,
while.
yes, it's been a while. So we will be talking about because the season is almost over. So we will be talking about our picks for the most valuable player. Okay, so to start off the episode, we will first mention the six MVP candidates. Okay, starting with the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic.
Let's
And then we
go.
also have Joel Embiid. Then, of course, Jonas' favorite, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then we have, of course, the guy who is having a blast in 2022, Jason Tatum. And then, of course, our MVP pick, my MVP pick during the preseason, Luka Doncic. And even though he is not being mentioned, we will be mentioning him here in Diamonds TV, Devin Booker. Okay, so those are the six
Easy.
um, candidates for MVP. So if I think the best way to start this, Jonas, is we will be ranking them. No? We will be ranking them, those six players. Okay, so we will rank them first from the first number six hanggang dun sa number one. Okay, and then tsaka natin i-justify kung bakit yun yung napili nating MVP. Okay, let's start with you. Oh. Palitan tayo, Jonas. Oh, who is your
Pero
number?
before we rank them, shout out to some missed the cut, probably due to missed games or medyo nag-slump. DeMar DeRozan, he had a good 2-3 month stretch pero nagkaroon ng konting slump. Ja Morant, although yun nga, recently they lost. Even though he's not on the team, they are like 19-2 without him. So 6 would be Tatum, Jason Tatum.
Okay.
5th would be, I'll probably go Booker, Devin Booker.
Okay.
4th would be Luka. 4th is Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 3rd, third will probably be Embiid. And then 1 and 2 is so hard, super close, but gut feel 2 would be for this season.
Yeah.
2 would be okay. 2 would be Jokic, 1 would be Giannis. By a hair. By a hair.
Okay, so those are the top 6 of Jonas. Okay, let me now have
for you, third at all.
Yeah. So for me, I will be going for number 6. It will be Luka Doncic.
Ooh.
Number 5 would be Jason Tatum. Same case. Just had a, rough start at first. And then eventually they kind of found their groove.
Kind of the same case with Luka in a way.
Yeah. That's why I have Devin Booker at number 4. Because of that. Because Devin Booker, on the other hand, no one is really giving him enough credit. But then you have to remember Chris Paul was also out for a while, right? I think he deserves to be in the conversation. And then
because he's probably the best player and the best. Usually
team.
They give out that award to that player. However, the next 3 would be hard.
Number 3 for me is actually your guy, Giannis. Okay. And then number 2 for me is Joel Embiid. Even though of course he's the he's the obvious favorite of the media to win it. And then I still go with Nikola Jokic. And I have my reasons for going with Jokic, even though obviously he's not the guy that the media wants to win. But I'm going with Jokic. Okay, so let's now start with your argument. So you have Giannis, right? And then I have Jokic.
I have Giannis.
Okay,
Yeah.
sige. So let's hear your thoughts. Bakit si Giannis? Why Giannis?
Well, looking at those three, legit, you can make a case for either of those three. And towards the end of the season, I won't be mad whoever wins. I would, if Embiid wins, it would be good for him, good for the city. Jokic being a back-to-back winner, but I think what helps Giannis' case, although I don't think, this is just my opinion, I don't think he would win due to voter fatigue. One of the reasons, voter fatigue. And I think uh, Jokic was more available this season, in my opinion,
Mhm.
and from what I see. However, looking at it on both ways, that's why I have Giannis won by a hair. Is his impact on the defense. You can make an argument that he's also a defensive player of the year candidate, while also competing for the scoring title, which is kind of a great argument to have. However, what I think can what helps Jokic's case was he didn't have Jamal Murray, he didn't have Michael Porter Jr., he didn't have that much help, and he's still averaging this insane stat, almost a triple double, was his shy. Um, and he's still competing in the standings with the West. But my counter argument to that is even if Giannis has Chris Middleton and Drew, he still averages like 30, 12, and 6 in his sleep. That's probably my case with Giannis and Jokic for that matter.
Okay, so thank you, Jonas, for those thoughts on why he chose Giannis over Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Now, as for my case, the reason for why I'm choosing Nikola Jokic is because for me, numbers don't lie. I mean,
Makes sense.
it really doesn't lie. Believe it or not, Nikola Jokic, even though Rudy Gobert is leading the league in terms of rebounds per game, but in terms of total rebounds, Jokic is
Oh,
actually number
Jokic.
one. Yeah, he's also number one in terms of defensive rebounds. And then, kanina nabanggit mo yung regarding dun sa defense, Jonas, diba? Believe it or not, ang may pinakamataas na defensive box plus minus is si Nikola Jokic at 4.6. Now, hindi naman nalalayo si Giannis. He is also number 2 at 3.7. Pero, di ba parang hindi naman specialty ni Jokic kung tutusin yung defense, and yet, he is number 1 dun sa category na yun.
I think that helps his case, Ren.
Pagdating tapos,
stats.
yeah, another one is the offensive box plus minus. Jokic is also number 1 there.
Jokic.
Giannis is number 2 at 7.7. Jokic is at 9.2. Tapos yung win shares, I think that's where the term value comes in, di ba? So in terms of the win shares, Jonas, 14.5 si Jokic. That's number 1. And yung win shares niya per 48 minutes is at 30%. So ganun kataas. Even though Giannis would always come second, he's at 29%. Sa win shares naman, Giannis is also number 2 at 12.6. Pero ang punto nga dito because we're choosing between the two diba? So that's the reason why in fact, kung tutusin, kung numbers based, dapat niya ilalagay ko si Giannis talaga sa number 2, no?
2.
Kaya lang, ang isa ko naman ding naiisip din is, yun nga, meron kasi siyang help no? Same as with Embiid. I mean, Embiid at first, siguro kung hindi pa nila nakuha si Harden, baka pwede ko pa talaga siya i-consider. Pero kasi ngayon may kakampi na rin si Embiid diba? Tapos si Giannis naman, established, they're the defending champions for crying out loud, diba? So, in other words, hindi pipitsugin. Yung team nila is not something na wala lang. Unlike with Nikola Jokic, on the other hand, they are currently 46 and 31 as of the moment. That's number 6. And they are tied with the Utah Jazz, which is hindi naman nagkaroon ng problema in terms of hindi pagiging available ng players, diba? And then, isa pa will be, syempre, yung player efficiency rating. Jokic is also number 1 at 30.8. Even though, sobrang lapit lang nila ni Giannis at 32.5 naman.
I think those two are like the top 2 all time. Those that's why both of them are really good. That's just
So, yun lang yung sa akin, no? Yun lang yung point ko. Kumbaga, parang if I'm just gonna base it from those, no? Sama pa natin yung plus minus ni Jokic na 13.8 while si Giannis naman is at 11.4. No? So, yun ang dahilan for me. Kasi ako ayoko nung parang kaya nananalo yung iba kasi dahil yung, just like what you said, like voters fatigue or just because they're not as marketable as the others. I mean, I think that's unfair. Or just because Jokic is playing in Denver and he's not, in a big market. Kasi let's admit it, even Giannis, Giannis is not really a media darling. Right? They're saying he's like there's a lot of Tim Duncan in Giannis because he's really very good. He's really an excellent player, but he's not that marketable. So
same with Jokic. They don't have the drama that surrounds their team.
Yeah, yung pull diba? Yeah. They don't have that yung natural pull lalo na pagdating sa mga alam mo yun, yung pinag-uusapan ng mga tao and they probably don't sell as many jerseys. I don't know. But ang point ko lang doon is we're talking about the MVP. And I think for us, yung the fact that you chose Giannis and I chose Jokic, it's a toss-up between the two. It should be that way. For me, I mean, that should
however, a lot of media likes Embiid, probably because it's kind of the new trend. He hasn't won it. I won't be mad if he wins. However, I think the other two is, you mentioned they're toss-up. But numbers based, Jokic is insane.
So that's it for our episode on who is our MVP for this season.
Oh.